I've lived across the street from Harold for over a decade. It's amazing what you see about people when you catch swathes of their life. I was there when they had the movers, when they renovated their house, and when they became just Harold. It was a dark morning with thick moisture in the air that served to let everyone know of the approaching storm. I was fighting off a cold, chewing lemon cough drops like candies and drinking cup after cup of peppermint tea. I saw Harold rushing across his lawn with his robe hanging open to expose his white briefs, dead-eyed with scruff grown across his throat. He bent down to lift the newspaper at the end of his driveway. I watched him as he moved back to his front door and slammed it shut behind him. By the time I'd given up on the toast, Harold poked his head back out the door and peered around to make sure that no one was watching him. The next thing I knew, Harold was in his yard between the two maples, angled against a spade with effort. Even from a distance, I could see that the morning sprinkle was making quick work of his bed hair. I stood there on the sidewalk just on the other side of his hedge, and he didn't even look up at me. "Hey there, buddy, what are you doing there? How are you, neighborino?" he asked me without even looking up from his work. He said, "You gotta smash those bottles, it makes you feel something." I looked at the hole he was standing in and then at the yard as a whole. "White picket fence, my ass," he said. I asked. Harold snapped his finger. "That's damn right. I can explain exactly what it was that jumped into me at that moment." The scene shifts to the narrator and Harold digging together. We'd cleared out enough dirt so that we were standing in the hole up to our waist. Harold continued his digging, but I took a moment to catch my breath, and when I did, I heard a familiar voice. We marched towards the ladders, pressed around the edges of the hole, our feet no longer our own. I remember looking at the faces that came along, and I couldn't help but notice that Harold was not among them. A great groaning escaped from somewhere in the shadows overhead. I have expected the great red tentacle beast from above to come down and make us their playthings, but they didn't show. I bit my lips shut to keep from screaming. It wasn't much farther till we passed the Watcher patrol and there were only 3 of us left. We were all as good as dead.